What's good, beautiful Tauruses? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. That is me. My name is Annie. I'm so happy to have all the Tauruses out there with me in YouTube land, as well as the cross watchers. Welcome, guys. We're going to do what I call my little sips, miniature love readings, right? We're just taking a temperature check, an energy check-in with the person you are thinking about. So yeah, as always here on YouTube, general messages is what I'm spinning out for you here today. Welcoming you to come into this with an open heart and an open mind, knowing full well not everything I say will be your message. I hope it is, but highly unlikely. Pieces and parts of this will very likely resonate with you. I hope lots and lots of it does. But as always, don't be offended if it isn't your message this time. It simply won't always be, okay? You got to be Sherlock Holmes, Taurus. You got to determine if these messages fit in your life and where you're going to apply the energies, what you're going to do with the messages at hand. I am just here to relay them, okay? Everything else about this video you want to know will be in the description box below, including the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media channels. I am the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram, as well as .com. Like, share, subscribe wherever you can. That helps me a whole lot. Guys, I'm so close to hitting 2,000 subscribers. I've been this close for months now, and I'm like, all right, I can taste it. It's coming, it's coming. So if you haven't already subscribed, if you could do that for me, that would be phenomenal. Let's hop into your reading. So we're going to start with your person's energy. If you don't have a person, this could certainly represent someone coming in. So let's see. Someone's taken aim, potentially taken aim for you, Taurus. It could be a Sagittarius that's a little bit, someone is like morose, almost a little bit moody. There's something about this that is, I'm trying to phrase it correctly. Someone feels, or they're viewing things from a very lower perspective or a lower vibration. It has to do with feeling like you missed out on something or you lost something and will never get it back. But I have to say, there's something about that's the illusion of what you believe it to be, or potentially your person. Again, you can take whichever messages feel like your energy, but yeah, someone is sort of lost in like a state of like emotional emptiness. But again, if they were to raise their vibration, they would see it's not all bad. Or it could be that you've been waiting on communication, or again, your person potentially is waiting on communication and losing hope. I think that's a good way of putting it. There's a lot of heaviness in this reading, and yet there's someone coming in to communicate with you, sort of many messages, or at least some warmth and affection. Somebody has their eye on you. I'm not necessarily certain or sure that it's the one you're hoping it's going to be. Certainly, if you're applying to jobs, it could say that you're going to be hearing from one or many. Eight of Wands is a lot of rapid action, swift communications. It's Cupid's love arrows, so very frequently indicates warmth and passionate messages coming your way. Some of you have your eye on someone who is in the spotlight. So certainly that could be someone who works in some sort of job where they are performing, entertainment type industry stuff. It doesn't have to be that. Just someone who's in the spotlight and garners a lot of praise and attention. It could certainly be a Leo, though it doesn't have to be. It could also be an earth sign. Someone who puts a tremendous amount of effort into their body, into their diet, particularly dancers, something of that sort. It could be someone who teaches a yoga class or any sort of exercise, cardio, gym rat type stuff, right? That could be you, Taurus. It certainly could. I'm sensing that's more the person that you're longing for. And yeah, you're feeling emotionally overwhelmed. I see you as asking for signs from the universe if this is my person, is this the one, is it worth holding out for? Because here's the thing, you're ready to build something, build a family, build a life, build a career. But for some reason or another, you are delaying this or see it as a process that you can't continue on unless you know where this person stands. So to that, I'm sort of being called to say, well, why can't you proceed with your plans anyway? And, if this person comes around, great. And if they don't, well, then you're still focusing on your own spiritual growth and development. But something has come to a full stop. Something is stagnant. It's like you started to build something, and I am sort of getting, it's like you built as much as you could, but now it's like, okay, what is my person going to say? I don't know if you're waiting for their praise or you're waiting for their approval. This could even, again, I'm reading for love, but this might apply in your career journey, or however you want to say it, your career world. If you're submitting projects for approval, especially like drafts, or I'm getting like sketches, timelines, especially like architecture, like building structures, something of that sort where you've submitted something even for like a deadline. I heard it could be a college application or something like that, right? Now you're waiting to hear back, but you feel like there's stagnancy, like there's nowhere else to go until you hear back. The thing is, you are going to hear back from one. I think more than likely you're waiting. You may be in limbo, Taurus, on multiple things. You may be waiting to receive messages of warmth and affection from someone you're in love with. Could also be jobs. Some of you may be with someone who's overseas, who's in the service or like the armed forces or something, even like a pilot, someone who flies for a living. And in that case, you're at both like emotionally at distance, but also potentially at physical distance. You dream about this person and like you long to be with them. You have a very strong spiritual connection with them. But yeah, what is with this delay? I'm not sure what to do with this message. Yeah, they're your 10 of Cups person. Well, let me say it this way. They're your 9 of Cups. They're your wish fulfillment. But there's a metaphor here of counting your eggs before they hatch. You may be getting ahead of yourself on something. That's sort of what I'm feeling. It's like in your head, you have this idea or this conclusion, this, no offense, Taurus, but like this illusion that, okay, well, I've done as much as I could and now I have to stop and nothing is going to move forward until they respond. And Spirit is saying there's something else you could be working on, like being more productive in potentially another area or another facet of your life while you're waiting to hear back. And I'm not necessarily saying you're completely wrong, especially if this is work related. I'm sure you're thinking, all right, well, I've submitted my draft. There's nothing else I can do until I get feedback. Yes and no. I mean, there's something about you could always go back and revise. You could always go, and whatever that means romantically, again, it's a little bit vague to me, but if it's your message, you'll know what I mean. Again, it might not even have to do with what you're waiting to hear back on. There could be something else productive that you should be working on, particularly like, I know sometimes it seems so like banal and like insignificant, but spending time with your faith, with your spirituality, if you practice meditation, if you go to church, even social distancing, right? Online, right? Maybe there's like live streams that you can catch or something. Yeah, it's like reconnecting with your mind, body, and spirit. It's going to make you stronger. And it has something to do with, so whatever communication you do get back, whether it was what you were wanting or not, if you were very well balanced internally, it's like those messages will just roll right off you and it's not going to affect your emotional state the way it is now. A lot of you need to do some healing about like the way you process or internalize what other people think or feel or say about you. It's like affecting your mental health. Now, a lot of you are at a distance from your family. Something about this may involve a Scorpio, whether that's someone in your family or your romantic partner. You're waiting for them and like you feel more at ease when they are around. But yeah, it's like Spirit is calling for you guys to be strong. Someone may literally be overseas or needing to travel to get to you. And you need to look at this time where you guys are away as serving you as an empowerment period in your life, where I said something similar to, I want to say it was Pisces. You're not being punished. And it's so easy to see it from that perspective of, woe is me and why is this happening? That's the wrong perspective to take. It's almost like thanking Source or Spirit for the time you guys have apart, because it really is highlighting the areas of yourself that need work. And I mean, everybody can always be growing and developing as a spiritual person. So it's saying while you're away, rather than just sitting and waiting, dreaming about your person, it's saying do something productive. Absolutely. Take practical steps to work on that thing that you've never had time or capabilities to do. Yeah, it's almost like the gift of time. And I mean, this whole thing may have to do with being quarantined, right? If you're away from your person and you can't see them. Some of you need to do some research or studying, nose to the grindstone, nose in the books, to get more information on a career. Or if you're thinking about moving locations, now's a good time to start, putting in applications for a new apartment or looking at whatever land you're interested in buying. Because it could be that your major challenge is finding a way through the obstacle to get to each other, to see each other. It could be that work is putting a divide in your guys' relationship or your time together. Somebody wants to take flight. That could be on an airplane, or that could mean that they're seeking freedom away from a codependent relationship. But there is an offer coming into you, Taurus, when you decide to stop settling or to stop putting your life on pause or delay for other people. It's almost like you're missing the bigger picture. And I know that sounds very harsh. I never mean to offend with these messages, but it's like somebody else got the memo and they're hoping that you get it too, but there's like a delay in understanding that you need movement, you need growth. There is some sort of loss or disappointment of your past that you're still holding on to. But it's saying that with a little bit more emotional assessment, you'll recognize that it doesn't serve you to hold on to the negative thoughts, the pain, the heartbreak. Rather, again, it's using that energy to empower you and motivate you to seek out self-healing, ways to heal yourself, way to make yourself feel better, and to change your perspective on the situation. Not all is lost here, especially if you were waiting on a fire sign. You may have another fire sign coming in. I'm not necessarily sure that you know who this is yet. But yeah, there's someone that is about to or currently taking aim to try and send you messages, especially if you're on, I don't know, dating apps, or if you're at all considering it. Yeah, there's someone who wants forward movement with you. And I do sense there's a huge theme about someone traveling to see you. So planes, trains, and automobiles, right? Whatever that form of physical travel is, it could even be your family, right? In a love reading, it doesn't always have to be romantic love. There is like visits, it could even be spiritual visits too, from those around you that love you. It could be if you are recently going through a divorce or a separation or a breakup, your soul tribe, your friends, your family, they're going to be there to help to help heal you and offer you compassion and empathy and kindness. But the struggle here is, are you ready to let something go? If it truly isn't serving you, you may be giving this person the benefit of the doubt, or sort of wearing like rose-tinted glasses for the past. You really are wondering, am I ready to start anew, or am I going to wait a little bit longer? Am I going to stick around a little bit longer? And I mean, I want to be clear, you have several cards that do indicate communication. I'm not certain if it's going to be communication from the one you're waiting for. But again, you should probably open yourself up to opportunities to seek out at least friendship with other people, because it may actually turn into something beautiful that you're not anticipating. There's a very heavy-heartedness in this reading, though, Taurus. It feels like, in a sense, you're lost in your emotional states, and it's causing you a lot of confusion. So for that, the cards, spirit, source are saying align with your own divinity, with your spiritual practices. If you're searching for answers or clarity, go within, trust your intuition. And if that's feeling foggy, then again, it's like muscle memory. You have to kind of go in and gut it out and spend more time in your faith and doing that spiritual practice for it to become stronger, right? For it to become more natural to you, so that you're able to receive those messages from like a higher place, from a higher source. Yeah, you do have messages coming in. A lot of this is about an internal battle. Some of you have a Gemini that either you're arguing with, or the opposite. If you don't know who that is, if that's not relevant to you, you may have a male air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, trying to come in and message you a lot of things. Some of you, I suppose, could be a cusp sign too, in which it's saying, yeah, there's like an internal battle if you're a Taurus, Gemini, cusper. Yeah, find healthy ways to heal emotional wounds from the past. But there's someone coming in who's willing to fight for you or vie for your attention, especially if they might view you as someone who has a lot of eyes on them in competition. But there's like, I want to say like a young air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, male or female, that is probably interested in discussions of romance and of the heart with you. Yeah, there's new love coming in. Not to say you won't hear from the person you're thinking of, but to that, it's wishy-washy. So I would say keep an open mind, keep an open heart, focus on your own healing, and that's going to usher in more relationships for you that universe deems as worthy of your time and your value. So 2 aces, though, not bad. Pentacles and cups, those are 2 of my favorite aces, so we'll see. All right, Taurus, that's what I got for you. Please do like, share, subscribe. I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, guys.